Nearly 4,000 homes are now on the market in Colorado Springs. Yet, the homes that sold in July actually sold faster. So, are buyers gaining control or do sellers still have the advantage? Stay with me because the answer is not as simple as the headlines, and I'll break down exactly what these numbers mean for your next move. Hi, I'm Christine Callender, and in this video, I'm breaking down exactly what's happening right now in the Colorado Springs housing market and Academy District 20, and how to use these numbers to your advantage. First, I'm going to share all the stats, and then stay tuned to the end where I will help break down what all this means for you. First, let's dive into the numbers and take a look at the July housing market for the entire Colorado Springs metro region. We wrapped up the month with 3,974 active homes on the market for sale, which is up 7.8% from last month and up 7.1% year over year. Buyers have more choices while sellers face more competition. Our closed homes for the month came in at 948 homes, which is down 12.6% from last month. Fewer transactions closed in July, showing a slower pace of sales. Overall, the Colorado Springs metro region experienced price depreciation of 0.4% year over year. This is a small adjustment and indicates that prices remain relatively stable. The average close price came in at $553,361, which is down just 0.04% from last month. So it's essentially unchanged from June. Our list to sold price ratio came in at 98.98. On average, homes sold about 1% below their final asking price. Then the median close price came in at $480,500, which is up 0.1% from last month and also essentially unchanged. Finally, average days on market decreased to 39 days, which is down 9.3% from last month, but up 2.6% year over year. The homes that sold in July, they sold slightly faster than they did in June. So let's take a look now at the July housing market for Academy District 20. Active listings at the end of the month were at 768 homes for sale, which is up 11.1% from last month, and it's up 11.8% year over year. D20 buyers, they now have considerably more homes to choose from. We saw 189 homes close in July, which is down 5% from last month. So sales declined, but not as sharply as they did across the overall metro area. Academy District 20 experienced price depreciation of 0.7% year over year. This is also a very modest change after last month's appreciation. The average close price came in at $677,026, which is down 2.3% from last month. The change may partly reflect the types and price ranges of homes that sold in July. The list to price ratio came in at 98.5%. On average, D20 homes sold about 1.5% below their final asking price. The median close price came in at $614,000, which is down 7% from last month. This is a significant monthly shift, but it does not mean that every D20 home lost 7% of its value. Finally, average days on market decreased to 41 days, which is actually down 21.2% from last month and down 2.4% year over year. So the D20 homes that closed in July sold much faster than they did in June. Interest rates have moved up, and they're currently hovering around 6.83% for a 30-year fixed mortgage, according to Mortgage News Daily. Your actual rate will vary based on factors such as your credit, down payment, loan type, and lender, which is why I always encourage buyers to compare multiple mortgage quotes rather than just accepting the first one. Rates, lender fees, closing costs, and discount points, they can vary significantly, and even a small difference can affect both your monthly mortgage payment and the total cost of your loan. When comparing lenders, you need to look beyond the advertised rate and review the full loan estimate, otherwise referred to as an LE. And on there, you're going to look for the APR, which is your annual percentage rate. And that includes your points, your fees, mortgage insurance. Mortgage insurance is different than homeowners insurance. cash needed at closing, and your monthly payments. So what does all this mean if you're thinking about selling your home? Well, for sellers, July's numbers show that competition has increased. That means buyers have more homes to compare, and sellers are no longer competing with only the home next door. You may be competing with updated homes, new construction homes, homes offering an assumable loan, and sellers who are willing to adjust their price. At the same time, July's days on market numbers give us an important piece of information. Average days on market fell to 39 days across the Colorado Springs metro region and 41 days in Academy District 20. So even though inventory increased and fewer homes closed, the homes that did sell, well, they moved faster than they did in June. So that tells us buyers are still active, but they are selective. When a home is priced correctly, presented well, and offers strong value, buyers are willing to act. When a home is overpriced or doesn't show well compared with the competition, well, buyers have enough alternatives, they'll pass it by. The list to sold price ratios support that conclusion. So sellers are still receiving offers close to asking price, but buyers are negotiating, especially when a property has been sitting on the market or needs updates. This is not the market to test an inflated price and hope that buyers will eventually come around. The strongest buyer attention usually happens when the home first enters the market. If the price is too high during that critical opening period, the home can lose momentum while buyers move on and pass that home by for newer listings. This is where strategy matters, and it's where I come in. So I help my sellers stand out with professional and strategic marketing, personalized staging guidance, detailed analysis of the competing inventory, and pricing recommendations tailored to your home, your neighborhood, the condition of your home, and current buyer activity. So my goal is not simply to put your home on the market. My goal is to position it so that buyers understand its value, create the strongest possible demand, and help you achieve the best combination of price, terms, and certainty. So if you're thinking about selling, I have several videos linked below to help you prepare, including how to sell your home for top dollar, the truth about selling when inventory is up, and my D20 seller guide. Even if you don't live in D20 school district, the principles in that guide can still help you prepare your home for today's market. But ultimately, call me. I'll be happy to help explain what today's numbers mean for your specific home and neighborhood. No strings attached. Alrighty, what does this mean if you want to buy a home in Colorado Springs or in the Academy School District 20 area? Well, buyers, you currently have more choices and more negotiating power than you have had in quite some time. So there were nearly 4,000 active listings across the Colorado Springs metro region at the end of July, and almost 1,000 active listings in Academy District 20. At the same time, closed sales declined in both the metro region and in D20 school district. That combination of more homes available and fewer completed sales, well, that means sellers are competing for a smaller pool of transactions. This can create opportunities for buyers to negotiate on price, closing costs, interest rate buydowns, repairs, appliances, furniture, and other favorable terms. However, more negotiating power does not mean every seller will accept a discounted offer. The best homes are still moving. July's average days on market decreased in both markets, and homes continued to sell roughly 1% to 1.5% of their final asking prices. So the opportunity is not simply to submit a low offer on every property. The opportunity is to identify which homes are a great deal, which homes are overpriced, which sellers may be motivated, and where the market data supports stronger negotiation. The pricing statistics also require context. The average price across Colorado Springs metro region was essentially unchanged from June, while the median price increased slightly. In District 20, both the average and median closed prices declined from June, but that does not mean every D20 home lost value. Monthly averages and medians They can move based on size, condition, location, and price range of the homes that happen to close. That is why I do not advise buyers based only on a broad headline. I evaluate the specific neighborhood, comparable sales, active competition, property condition, days on market, price reductions, seller circumstances, and likely resale value before offering an offer strategy. So interest rates near 6.83% also make negotiation especially important. A seller paid interest rate buy down or closing cost concession, they may save you more each month than a modest reduction in the purchase price. In some cases, negotiating the financing terms can be more valuable than focusing exclusively on the price. And do not assume the current selection will remain available indefinitely. As we move beyond the summer selling season, some sellers, they're going to start withdrawing their homes from the market, postpone their move, or wait until next year. Buyers may gain leverage as the season slows, but as sellers begin to withdraw their homes from the market, well, buyers, you may begin to have fewer homes from which to choose from. So buyers, your window of opportunity is now. Remember, I'm so confident in my ability to help you successfully purchase your next home. I offer several guarantees, including my $5,000 off the list price guarantee, my love your home or I'll buy it back guarantee, and my home finder guarantee. So terms and conditions apply, and I will explain exactly how each program works. I also have several more videos linked below for you to help you make a smart purchase, including buy first or sell first, the smart way to move, the best times to buy, and new build versus existing homes in Colorado Springs. So here's the bottom line. The Colorado Springs housing market is becoming more and more competitive for sellers and more favorable for buyers. But it's not a market where every home is struggling or every buyer can negotiate the same deal. Inventory is rising, closed sales are slowing, prices are generally stable across the metro area. At the same time, the homes that closed in July sold faster than they did in June. This tells us this is a selective market. Buyers have more choices and greater negotiating opportunities. Sellers can still achieve strong results, but pricing, condition, presentation, and marketing matter more than ever. The broad statistics provide direction, but the real answers are found at the neighborhood, price point, and property level, and that's where expert analysis can make the greatest difference. So if you're thinking about buying or selling in Colorado Springs metro area, especially in Academy District 20, give me a call. I'd be happy to meet with you, answer your questions, and help you understand your best next steps. There's absolutely no obligation. And if you're not planning to move right now, I'd be so grateful if you'd think of me when a friend, a neighbor, a family member, a colleague mentions buying or selling a home. A personal referral is the highest compliment, and for every referral sent my way, I donate a portion of the closing proceeds to Partners in Housing, which provides housing for the hidden homeless in Colorado Springs, which are primarily women and children, many of whom are victims of domestic violence. Call or text me anytime at 719-351-1326. I'd love to help. I'm Christine Callender, helping you move smart, live well, and love where you land.
Thanks for watching the video. I specifically chose the video below for you because it builds on the one you just watched. I hope it's helpful, and I'll talk to you soon.